I almost cried.
I feel bad not saying all this to you earlier.
I care about him so much, and then I hear that. I feel like my heart is breaking.
What is to come on next week's Bachelorette? They are heading to hometowns. We're here to break it all down today. So welcome back to another Shared News, guys. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined with Gianna Gravelisi and Kayla Thompson. Happy Friday, guys. I gotta know how you're doing, and can you believe we are already almost done with this season of The Bachelorette? It flew by.
No, I don't understand. I'm physically, mentally still trying to comprehend the fact that we're at hometowns already. I mean, how did this happen? I feel like this was such a highly anticipated season. We've been talking about it for so long, and it went by like that. And we got double Bachelorette, but we got half of the time that it usually is. So I'm just still trying to process everything. I still don't even know who some of the men are, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I am just really looking
who do you not know?
No, okay, I shouldn't say who the men. I know who the men are going to hometowns, but during last week's episode, when Gabby was giving out her roses at the ceremony, they panned to somebody, and I was like, who is that? Who is that man? So it's
Which
just crazy
one?
how fast we got here. But I'm really
Are you talking
looking
about
forward
Spencer?
to the rest.
Spencer, who got sent home?
Yeah, I don't know who he was, but it's fine.
Okay, Kayla, can you name the top guys? Can you name Rachel's 4 and Gabby's 3? Okay, do it. Let's see.
Listen,
Gianna needs to know.
I'm a pro. I got this. Gianna needs to know. I got you, G. So first of all, Gabby has Johnny, Jason, and Eric left. And Rachel has Tino, Zach, Tyler, and Avon.
Boom.
There we are.
That's it.
But
drops mic.
You know what though? It's true. It's crazy how I don't know, this season went by really fast, like y'all were saying, but also the fact that they kind of went down to their final 9 really early on. So we should have had more with the guys, but we didn't. So it just is really weird. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it definitely feels like we didn't get to know all of the guys super well just because there was limited screen time with 2 leads. However, going into the final few episodes, we're going to get to know them really fast now that it's the end, now that we're going to hometowns, we're going to meet their families. And I think even not next week or the week after, there's going to be 2 different nights for fantasy suites because ABC put out the schedule. So I believe Gabby will have one night for her final 3 men, and then Rachel will have 1 night for her final 3 men. So we'll really get to know them all pretty quickly, and it'll be probably a really dramatic ending, as it always is. So let's start reviewing some of these clips for next week. I'm excited to meet everyone's families, and I want to hear what you guys think we can expect if you have any predictions. So let's watch our first clip and let the hometowns begin.
I'm so excited to meet families and deepen our connections.
I'm happy here.
Me too. It really feels like a taste of the future.
So let's talk about Gabby and her guys for a minute. We got Johnny going to Florida, Jason A, don't know where he's going, and Eric, don't know where he's going either. I guess I know Johnny the best. Whose hometown are you most excited for, Gianna? And whose family do you want to get to know the most? Who are you most curious about?
So I'm going to say Eric, because I really, really like Eric a lot, but I'm wondering if he's going to break our hearts somehow, some way, or if he's going to have those types of parents that don't really approve of this process or Gabby or anything like that. I feel like he's too good to be true. So I'm just waiting for his hometown. I don't want this to happen, but I'm kind of expecting it to, be a little bit of a downward spiral. But again, I don't want that to happen because I really, really like him and I want to get to know him even more. I want to see his family. And I'm rooting for him. So I'm just hoping that it all works out well, but something may or may not happen. I just have a feeling deep down.
Well, can we just talk about the fact that there's 7 hometowns? There's a 2-hour episodes, right? I'm sure Bachelor Data will divide this up, but it's going to be about 11 minutes per hometown. That's insane. There's so many. How are we going to get to know all the families and see the storylines? It's going to be hard, but I guess they're going to figure it out like they have been the whole season. Kayla, out of Gabby's guys, who are you most excited to see in their element and in their hometown.
Yeah. It's funny that Gianna said Eric because I agree with a lot of the things she said. I'm curious to see more of Eric, but I'm a little more on a different end of it where I don't know. I don't really like Eric like that. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like from what I've seen previously with him on their one-on-one date and even like some stuff he said in ITMs from group dates, I just feel like I don't know. I don't know if he's really that into Gabby as he maybe comes off. He just seems like he's kind of just there and he's just kind of like, yeah, we'll see. So I'm curious to give him more of a chance and see like if he can really get there in his feelings or really like prove me wrong. But I don't know. Yeah. But other than that, I really like Johnny. And so I want to see more of Johnny. I like Jason too, though. So dang.
Well, who do you want Gabby to pick?
Yeah. I want her to pick Jason. I feel like Jason is probably, I don't know, the best for her. But I really like Johnny too. Their connection's really strong.
She's got a few options. She has 3 guys. I mean, 1 less than Rachel. So I was thinking that maybe she'll decide to bring all 3 of them to the fantasy suites if she wants. I mean, she doesn't have to send someone home if she doesn't want to. Or maybe she'll only bring 2 guys to the fantasy suites. And then there was this other trailer where Jesse was telling Rachel that like Gabby may have left. So I don't know if she's going to like end her journey earlier. Yeah, I don't know, because it was just like kind of in the trailer, and you know how misleading they are. But I'm thinking that maybe Gabby could like end her journey earlier. Like she might want to send home 2 guys after hometowns, and then Rachel, who has more guys, can kind of finish it out. But I don't exactly know, because we did have 2 different nights for fantasy suites, so we at least know Gabby will make it to that.
I need to see that trailer. I did not catch that. That's wild.
Yeah. But this one's gonna get juicier, so let's keep watching.
Best day ever.
I'm in love with you, Rachel.
I have been falling in love with you. I feel so happy.
Okay, so let's talk about Rachel. She is going to Avon. I know he's from San Diego, but I don't know where he like grew up.
Boston.
And then Tyler. Oh yeah, he's in Boston.
They're coming to Boston. I remember seeing, a lot of like my friends were posting pictures because they saw them doing hometowns months ago when they were filming. And it was like all over Twitter, all over like the people I follow on Instagram. They went to one of my favorite restaurants in Salem, Massachusetts. So they're going to go like explore the witchy side of things. Spoiler alert.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And then Tyler is in New Jersey. And then Zach, we're going to see him, who just said that he's falling in love with Rachel. And then she said it back. So I'm 100% putting Zach in my top 2. And then her 4th guy is Tino, who has kind of been a hot topic this season. So Kayla, why don't you start? Who is your favorite for Rachel, and like which hometown are you most excited to see?
Okay, so because of last week, I was like, Tino, come on, because I'm rooting for Tino. I think Tino and Rachel are like, there's something about them together. It just is like everything. But of course, he starts like doing the most last week. But
yeah, he did.
I like Zach too. Zach he's so sweet. He's just kind of boring. So I personally am like, Zach, okay. But I really like Tino for her. But I'm interested to see Avon's family. I feel like, I don't know, Avon's just so cute. I want to see more of Avon.
He's too cute.
Yeah.
I can't. I have such a crush on him. It's insane.
I agree.
What about you, Gianna?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm super excited to see Avon. Obviously, like I just said, they're going to be near my hometown exploring. So I'm so excited to see everything that they end up doing. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to know Zach just like a little more, just because when they had their like cute little one-on-one date at that movie theater, right? And they were like watching the clips of them when they were younger and stuff. I thought that was really cute, but I also just like didn't feel that spark between them at all. Like, I don't think they have a spark. So I'm so shocked to even hear her say that she's been falling in love with him too. And then it reminds me of the whole like Clayton situation, because she was bawling her eyes out on the stairs because she's like, he's in love with like 3 of us. Like, how is that possible? It's like, all right, Rachel, well, you literally just told someone you're in love with him. What are you going to say to all the other guys? Like, are you now doing exactly what Clayton was doing? And are you understanding why he was feeling those things that he was feeling? Like, it's just so interesting to see how this is going to operate.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering if there was some editing magic happening. Like, did she say to him that she's in love, or did she say it to maybe somebody else at night? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm
I'm
excited
glad
to
that
see
you brought
that
that
play
up.
out. Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I peeped that. Like when she says, I'm falling in love with you too, sis has on that same leather jacket that she has on in Tino's date. So I actually think it's a red herring. I think that she's actually talking to y'all. See what y'all see me?
Yeah.
I think she's actually talking to Tino and not Zach. I think it's like they're always trying to throw us off. So I think that's what's going on. I agree with you.
The outfits are key. Like we always say here on Shared News, just follow the outfits if you want to know what's really going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see like all of her connections because she does have strong connections. And I feel like we do know a little bit more about her guys than Gabby's guys who are kind of anonymous. But I know we're going to get to know a lot more about Zach next week because he actually has a famous uncle, Patrick Warburton, who was a voice actor in like Buzz Lightyear. He was Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove. He was also Joe from Family Guy. We just found this out this week, Gianna. Yeah. So watch the clip and then I want to get your reaction. Let's check it out.
I just feel sorry for those other fellas. That's all I can say. I'm just scared to like open up and to show somebody my entire world.
I'm terrified because I know how much I have to lose.
Okay, we'll get to Gabby. But yeah, this is Zach's uncle. So originally, fans noticed this on Twitter that he was going to be in the teaser. So then everyone was like, oh my God, is it his dad? Right? And then I guess they did some digging and he's even on Zach's Instagram. He's definitely the uncle. Did you watch Family Guy, Gianna? He's literally Joe, the guy in the wheelchair.
I didn't watch Family Guy, but I know who Joe is. But like, I'm more obsessing because Emperor's New Groove is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Like, Kronk, are you kidding me? Pull the lever,
He's Kronk.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
He was also in Seinfeld. He was in Ted. You know the movie Ted?
Yeah.
A series of unfortunate events. Like the list goes on. Like he's got a really successful career. And I don't know if this has any correlation to why Zach got the movie date in the beginning, like his first one-on-one. I wonder if they brought it up earlier, because I'm assuming Rachel would know. And then now they wanted to surprise us at the end. Of course, Zach had to go to hometown. So this will be exciting. Do you think this matters to Rachel, Kayla? I mean, they have connected on other levels as well, but it's not an added bonus if your uncle is, a multimillionaire. Maybe
a good point. Yeah, she maybe $1 billion. She might be, she might be a little like, right. She might be a little jazzed over Uncle Kronk. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it'll just be kind of like oh wow, that's so cool. But I don't know if Rachel will really really care. But yeah, I hope that he like actually has, something to say or like brings like, some real like questions to Rachel or something like that. Cause that would actually be really interesting if he kind of like grilled her a little. I don't know. I'm here for the drama. But
so apparently he is
cool.
actually good friends with David Spade. Patrick is. So since David Spade was on Bachelor in Paradise last summer, I'm thinking that maybe they talked and then he wanted to get his uncle on the Bachelorette. And that's probably how Zach got on the show to begin with. Because I don't think Zach watches the show or would nominate himself. So I think that's where the connection was.
Wow.
I could see that. Yeah.
I've been digging all week, Gianna. Now, is this going to, would this influence your decision? Like, where do you think Rachel and Zach are going into these final few episodes?
I don't think like the famous uncle thing would influence my decision. I mean, I think it would be really cool. I'm not really like a material girl. Like I'm really not when it comes to relationships. But I think that they need this hometown date to find their spark and establish that it is there. Because with these two, I'm like they give me like best guy girlfriend platonic vibes. I don't know why. I just feel that. Like, I mean, I've said in past videos on past seasons too, I'm like, I just feel the vibes through the TV and I go off of that. I can't really explain it with science, but I just need them to kind of deepen their connection. I need more like emotion from them. I think it's because we've seen Zach like all smile, hunky-dory, innocent, whatever. Like, we need that different, like, kind of like bad boyish side to him. As sad as that is to
Okay.
say, like, you know
You
what I
think
mean?
Rachel wants that? You think she wants that little bad boy attitude? You think that's what she's looking for?
Well, that's why I think Tino is such a hot commodity, because he has that
Mm-hmm.
attitude. And, us women, we're backwards. We kind of love the men that aren't the nicest. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not to say
Yeah.
Tino's not nice, but he's been great. But he has that kind of like cool, mysterious, like
Yeah.
swagger toward him, if that makes
I
any
was
sense.
gonna say, I think it's that's perfect. I was gonna say, I think it's more of like the swag. It doesn't have to
Yes.
be bad boy, but it's
Yeah.
just like you got a little swag to you, you got a little edge to you, and Zach just don't. He just doesn't have no swag. I just be
Like, you
So
like,
want a
cute.
nice
okay,
guy,
Zach.
but you don't want a boring guy. And I think that seems to be the
Yeah.
concern you guys are having. And maybe other people. I mean, I know he did open up about him being overweight a couple episodes ago, and like how that was a big thing for him. And they also bonded over the fact that they used to go to the airport when they were kids and watch planes. Rachel's a pilot. So they definitely have a lot in common. So it'll be
Mhm.
interesting to see them explore their relationship. Now, Gabby and Eric, I feel like they've been hot and heavy from the beginning. I feel like they have a lot of chemistry. However, we haven't seen much of it on the screen just because of the editing. He's kind of gotten the bad boy vibe a little bit. Remember their one-on-one date in the beginning. Fans were concerned that he didn't comfort her enough when she was talking about her mom. So, what do you guys need to see from Eric moving forward in order for Gabby to like pick him comfortably for you guys as invested viewers?
I guess before I answer
I
that
Yeah.
question, what exactly did he say in that clip again? What do you remember what he said?
Yeah. Let's replay it and then we will get into it.
Scary to
Roll
like open
clip.
up and just show somebody my entire world.
I'm terrified because I know how much I have to lose.
What did he say?
He said like, I'm scared to open up and show somebody my entire world, or like just something like that.
Mhm.
Oh
Well,
god.
that's what you got to do.
Open up and just show somebody my entire world.
I'm terrified because I know how much I have to lose.
Oh boy.
Aw.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well,
It's getting
when he
intense.
says that, it's like this is like the problem that we see every single season, right? It's like this guy, he's a crowd favorite. Then we get to hometowns and it's like, is he really ready? Like, it's that big
Mhm.
question of like, I don't think he's ready for a relationship type of thing. And, again, I'm wondering like if his family, it's like giving me Nate vibes from Michelle's season almost,
Mhm.
which is not good, as
Mhm.
we all know.
Ooh, this
Um,
did not turn out
Yeah.
well.
no, not at all. And I really don't want that to happen. But it's like,
Yeah.
is he ready? Like, do we actually know
Mhm.
if he's going to be ready or not? And I think
Yeah.
that's like the problem that these two are going to have most of all. So I think
Yeah.
we really need to see him prove that he's serious about getting married and having a wife and starting a family. Like, this isn't all fun and games as people
Mhm.
sort of think it is. Like, it's a reality show, but they are not in touch with reality.
Mhm.
Like, he needs to really like have a little bit of a slap in the face to be like, hey, if you want Gabby, like, you have to get down on one knee at the end of this thing in like a
Yeah.
few weeks. So we need to see him like come to
Yeah.
that realization and accept it almost.
I see it
Yeah.
as like two issues for me. It's that I'm not sure if he's
Ooh.
like really serious and really ready to open up, as he's saying in the clip, and even as he said on their one-on-one date. I remember him saying things like, we'll just see where it goes, and I'm just here to see if there's even a connection. And it's kind of like he
Mhm.
starts like, backtracking a little, or kind of like, let me just manage your expectations here. I don't know. And so there's that. But then there's also, for me, I need to see Eric like gush over Gabby. I need to see him
Yeah.
be like gagged over her, because I feel like Johnny is there. I feel like Jason is there. They really are into her. And I just don't really get that sense. I think he likes her because like Gabby's very likable and she's really cute. But I just am like, when he doesn't get a rose or when stuff doesn't go his way, it's like he says language like, I don't know where I am ranking wise, but I can't. He says something like, I can't stay here for 8 weeks and prove something. That's a waste of my time. I'm like, a waste of your time? Hold
Gotcha.
on. Wait. I don't know. So I just am like, Eric, I need to see, do you really like Gabby? Because if he really is into her and he's really like gaga over her, then the like, can I propose? Can I, you know, get to the end with you won't be much of a issue. So Eric's got to prove a lot to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He has a few more episodes to do that if he sticks around. I mean,
Yeah.
he was my winner pick from day one, so my entire reputation
Really?
is on the line right here. Like, if he does not
You
win, like,
chose
I'm gonna
Eric?
look like, yeah, I chose Eric from day one. I'm gonna look
You
like
did.
the failed Bachelor experts that I claim to be,
No,
and
no.
no one will ever listen to me again.
No.
So,
No, absolutely
Eric,
not.
you better not disappoint me.
Oh my
Let's
God.
keep watching, because hometowns are about to get emotional. Take a look.
I'm just trying to stay true to myself.
Well, it's important to keep in mind what would it be like without her.
Jason A. Okay, so I know he lives in Santa Monica, California. He definitely goes to the bungalow because that's one of my favorite spots. And I have, girls that watch The Bachelor. They're like, I've seen Jason A here. So he's a beach boy. And Gabby, she actually likes, I think she moved to Venice. Like she was in Colorado and then I think she goes back and forth. So I feel like logistically the two of them actually would make the most sense and have the easiest time getting together after the show. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jason A and her could end up together. I definitely think he'll make the top two over Johnny, just because I think Johnny's a little young, Kayla. I know you really like him, and I do too, but I think he's 25 and Gabby's 31.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if she's trying to do all that. But
I
what are your
agree.
thoughts on Jason A? Gianna, you're making lots of faces.
I literally don't even know him. I just watched this part of the clip and I was like, hold on. I don't even, who is that? I don't know Jason A. I couldn't
He's
tell
not
you
gotten a lot of
one
airtime.
thing that he did the entire season. I can't tell you one quote. I didn't even know where he was from. I don't know how old he is. I don't even know him. I have no feelings toward him. And that's
Let
why
me
I'm
tell
making
you,
faces. Okay.
he was the guy who stayed private on Instagram for as long as possible. Even when the show started, he was still private on Instagram. He started with 94 followers. I think it was episode 3 or 4. He finally made his Instagram public. And then also he was on a one-on-one date in Paris with Gabby, and they ended up doing a double date with Tino. And then they got crepes and walked around. So they did have a moment, but we have not seen much screen time from him since then.
No, nothing
Yeah.
has stuck with me. So I
Yeah.
can't root for him. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I can't root for him. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I agree. It's tough. I was gonna say we haven't seen much from most of
Any
Gabby's
of
guys.
them.
I don't really
None of them.
any of them. All three of them have got a one-on-one date, and we've maybe seen them have one conversation outside of that with Gabby.
Mhm.
So, but that one-on-one date
Something's
with
fishy.
Jason, something's fishy with the editing and production. But Jason, I really liked how Gabby was just I love his quiet confidence. I love that. She said something like, I love that we don't always have to be speaking for me to feel connected to him. And that was big for me. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I'm awake now to what's going on with her and Jason.
Mhm.
So I just want to see more. I think the consensus with Gabby is we need to see more with all three of these guys.
And I think we will. And I like that she said that too, because I know when I like someone, even if it's just a friend, if you can come over and we can just sit and not even talk for 2 minutes and it's not awkward.
In silence.
And we're just chilling.
Yes.
I have the best time with some of my friends that we are hanging out and we're not even talking. Even in the
Same.
car, we're just vibing. I'm that's when you know you're with a good person and good company. We have 2 more clips to go through, and this is going to be all about Tino. Now, his parents are going to be pretty tough on Rachel, and it's going to be a roller coaster. You know how sensitive Rachel is, so not sure how she'll take that, but let's take a look.
When you know, you know.
We're gonna have to have a talk. You're living like a fairy tale right now. I mean, you're saying all the right things, but I want to see him fall for the right person.
I don't know how I made it out of that house alive. I almost cried.
Here she goes.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little tease. Just a little tease, because I know people who've watched this episode already. And apparently, Tino's parents told Rachel or told Tino that they did not like Rachel, that they did not approve of this relationship. They are very guarded. You can kind of see it in this clip that he's saying this is a fairy tale. How real is this? It got a little bit uglier than what we're seeing. So I don't know if that will
What?
break them up because we know Rachel and Tino are strong. It's his decision. Like, his
Yeah.
parents might just be little, maybe they're performative for the cameras. I don't know. I didn't see the episode. You never know. Maybe they're just really nervous with the environment. Maybe they're freaking out. Like, it doesn't mean they can't come around, but it's going to get a little messy with these two. So what do you guys think about that?
Oh, I love the parents that give them the slap in the face and speak facts. Like his dad said, you're living in a fantasy. Like, what is happening? Because it's true. Like, as much as we love this show, like, literally picture yourself on it. Like, I, for one, don't believe in the process. Okay. I know that there's been some success. I know that it can work sometimes, but the success rate's not there. Like, I could not fall in love with somebody while simultaneously dating other people in a span of just like several weeks, like and get engaged. I personally could not do it. And it is a fantasy. It is a fairy tale. In what world are you going to meet a guy and then go on a cruise ship and go on dates in Paris and Germany and this and that? It's just not real. So I love Tino's dad for saying this. I don't.
You do.
I don't.
It's harsh. It's so harsh.
It's a fact,
I don't like
though.
it.
It's reality. It is the eye-opening moment.
But it's reality. It is a check. It is like it is a reality check because this is the first time they're like going home and leaving the bubble. So I get that,
like,
but it comes across harsh.
We always have to have that family member that is harsh. Like we had Gabby's grandpa who like seemingly was harsh. He wasn't as harsh as the edits made him seem.
We had Barb, Peter's mom.
Yep. And then we've had, oh my God, Blake Moyne's aunt. Remember her?
It was Katie's aunt. It was Katie's aunt.
Yep.
Why did I think it was Blake? So Katie's aunt. She was like mean to Blake at the time.
She was mean to Blake. Yeah.
You need that though. And look at what happened with Katie and Blake. Like the aunt was right. You need it. So
are you saying that Rachel? Are you saying that Rachel and Tino won't last if she picks him? Is that what you're saying?
There's a good chance that they won't. Is what I'm saying.
I am weak.
Okay. Gianna Gravelisi has put her opinion down and out there. Kayla, care to rebuttal?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Zach. I just feel like it's really harsh. Like if you were so up in arms about the fairy tale and the bubble, and it's like he's on the show. That's why it's just like it is what it is, and you would have had a problem with him going on the show. Period. So it's just like I get it, and it makes sense and it's fair, but they're here now. So you might as well hear them out and like give Rachel a chance. Nobody has time for this girl to start crying. We had one whole episode where she did not cry. And I was like, thank you, Lord. So I really don't need her to start crying. But
she's going to cry every episode the rest of the season. Probably. I don't see a way where she doesn't cry. That's a record.
You're
crying every single episode. Like that's a hall of fame for Rachel.
I think so. She's breaking Guinness World Records here for Bachelor. But no, yeah, I was going to say, I think maybe it's not as bad as it was coming off, but now that you give like the tease of like the inside scoop, I don't know. But I was going to say maybe they're coming from not necessarily, I don't like Rachel, but your past girls, friends that you brought here wasn't it. And so maybe they're kind of coming off of his exes or something like that. Like your track record isn't very good, and I'm not seeing enough for me to give the thumbs up. Like, oh no, this is legit and this is different. So it's not great. It's not great, but I don't think it'll break them. I still stand by what I said earlier in the chat, where I think see this leather jacket. I really think it's her telling Tino falling in love. So I think
that is the jacket.
Well. There's the jacket.
That's the jacket.
That's the jacket.
What I say?
She loves
you
Tino.
You are right.
And if she's telling Tino that she loves him at Final Four, that's what Kayla said. Like, she's not going to be throwing around I love yous because she knows what happened with Clayton. So she's all in with Tino. That's her number one, most likely.
I think it's Tino.
We'll see how it plays out. We have one more clip to watch, and then I want to get your final predictions.
I feel bad not saying all this to you earlier.
I care about him so much, and then I hear that. I feel like my heart is breaking.
Is that the same jacket, though? From the car? It's a different.
Nope.
That's a different jacket.
Different
I
jacket.
think that's her
Different
jacket from her
jacket.
date with Tyler in the beginning. Who
Yes,
my
sir.
prediction is
That's
that he's
it.
gonna go home because I feel like Tyler is at the bottom of the totem pole between Zach, Avid, and
Yeah.
Tino.
I
The
agree.
And
face
this is
that
like
it's paused
daytime.
on right now, I just have to say, I can't. Poor Rachel.
Oh,
She's always
Rachel.
crying.
She's always
But you
crying.
know
She
what
needs to
though?
get sponsored. She needs to get sponsored by a tissue brand.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that Tyler and Rachel aren't even gonna get to the family date. I don't think they're gonna get to the night portion. I think something's gonna go down. I don't know what it is, but yeah, maybe they'll. I don't know. Maybe I hope it's not something really bad with his family, but I don't even think he'll make it to
Well,
the
maybe he
night
just
portion.
has like the least amount of connection. And then Kayla, do you think Gabby's gonna send anyone home, or do you think she'll just bring them all to the next week?
I think she'll bring them all to the next week. I do. I remember seeing more from all three of them. I think from a previous preview where maybe, outfit queen over here, I guess. I'm catching all the outfits. They had different outfits on together and like in a different setting too. Like I think Johnny, I think I heard you and Blakely talking about how you guys think Johnny's in Mexico as well. If Johnny's in Mexico,
Yeah.
I just feel like Eric and Jason are also in Mexico. So I think they'll all go through.
I kind of agree. I think she'll bring Johnny, and I also think it might save time to like not have Gabby at the
Yeah.
rose ceremony and just be like, you're all good. So I guess
Yep.
Tyler is me and Kayla's prediction for next week. The only person going home. Gianna, do you
Yeah.
agree with us? Because you haven't
Yeah.
agreed with us all panel, so I don't know if you're trying
I'm
to come
so
around and join our
thrilled that
clique.
I am the controversial bachelorette queen. I love spilling my own tea that gets people talking. And it's all out of love. So yes, I will join your guys' team on this one. Clearly, she's
Ooh.
wearing that same outfit on this Ferris wheel contraption that they're on, as she did when she was just crying in the car. And also, if you look in the background in the car, you will see a cloudy beach that they're on right now. So clearly, something happened on the Ferris wheel, after the Ferris wheel, in between. I don't know what conversation was had to have Rachel this upset, because we hear her say, like she cares about them so much, and then he says that. It's like, what could he have possibly said? Maybe he wasn't ready for her to meet his own family, like even though she traveled all the way there. I don't know. So I think I know Tyler. We all know that Tyler is going home. So I agree with you guys.
All right. Hey, the water is different in Jersey. So, I mean, that was his decision to bring her there, even if that's where he's from. I mean, just saying. We want to hear from you guys watching and listening. Let us know your predictions for next week. Do you guys agree with us? And who do you think is going to win the season? Let us know. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell before you head out of here. And as always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, with Gianna Gravelisi and Kayla Thompson. Our social media handles are on the screen right now, so be sure to give us a follow. Come say hello. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.